Hello traders, welcome to today's video. It is Wednesday, the 6th of December. I'm going to try and get through this video as best I can today. Went to the gym last night, tweaked my back. You guys, if you've been watching my videos for long enough, you'll know how terrible my, at least my upper back is. It runs in the family, unfortunately. I need to get it sorted. I haven't got it sorted yet. And yeah, in a bit of pain this morning, but I'm going to do my very best to be around, but it hurts. Anyway, yeah, Bitcoin continuing with this just insane parabolic move that we've been on for well, it feels like a long time now, but it's just been a couple of weeks, and it's been accelerating and accelerating. So this is what we've been saying for a long time, and yeah, it continues to do what we kind of thought that it would do when we were back here, when everyone was really bearish and being like, oh my god, we're gonna go down to 30k, and everyone was trying to short it, and then they're all completely wrecked. So yeah, this is getting really crazy. I think where we are right now, this basically being our yearly, so this is by the new year. If we continue at this pace, we're going to be $76,000. So $76,000 Bitcoin if we continue just at the pace that we have been. And remember, this is still accelerating. So hey, if we keep accelerating, we're going to be at 100k by the end of the year, easy. Obviously, that's highly unlikely. And I think these last two lines that we've put in on the chart, this one and this one, we're in an impulse right now, so I think at some stage I'm not concerned if these get lost. This is too much. It's really like this zone of support that we've started to build from the range before we impulsed out of it. So all of this, like these lines that we have, this uptrend that we've got from this range, I think that's still okay. You can still come back down, test some of these, and then find some continuation later. So right now, Bitcoin looking, I mean, just as healthier than ever. Really, this uptrend remaining very strong, and there's no signs as of yet that this is seeing a big rejection. Remember, the first time we hit into 38k, we had a rejection there of like almost 10%. We've gone to 42k, we've seen enormous profit taking, and we only pulled back 2%. We've gone to 44k, we've seen enormous profit taking, we've only pulled back 1.5%. And yeah, this is still continuing, basically in a insane rally to the upside. So if you're one of those trying to short this, then I mean, you can scalp it fine, but if your strategy after 2 years of waiting for a rally like this is to short every move higher and you're losing money, you're not going to get this opportunity for another 4 years. In fact, you might never get this opportunity again, because we're going to be absorbed into traditional finance when the ETFs and everything are released, which is inevitable. So if you've just thrown away your potentially one of the last opportunities that you're going to have for this, then yeah, back to the drawing board. We've been saying for long enough, longs are well in control. There was no change of market structure back here. Everyone was like, oh, we're gonna go and we're gonna drop to like 20k. No, we're not. Just trade with the trend. It's like, I know I say this every time, but it's exhausting for me to, like, every time that we get a move, I'm like, oh, but when is it gonna dump? Oh, but when short? Why when short? Like, we're in an uptrend. Just trade with the market. Don't constantly try to fight it. It's just exhausting having to tell this to people so many times, and I know there's people watching this video that have probably been doing this, and just if there's one thing you can take away from this video, it's like, stop trying to fight against what's happening. Yeah, just there's money there to be made. You've been waiting 2 years for this moment, and if you're not making money from it, I don't know. Anyway, moving on to the technicals. Right. We've just had this move above daily open so far today. I actually was recording this video again earlier. I did like 17 minutes of this video and it was all waffly and all weird. But yeah, back tested this daily open. This for me right now, if we can hold this daily open, is looking pretty good. And we would expect, once again, continuation to take out stops from shorts that are still trying to trade against the move. Now, if that doesn't happen, if we drop back below here, I think that actually gives you a really decent short opportunity, because we've had a very similar move today to what we had yesterday. Oh my God. Yeah, a very, very similar move today to what we had yesterday. Well, what? Where we open the day, put in a bit of a range, we correct, we take out that daily open, and then we get that continuation higher. What have we done here? Start the day, put in a bit of a range, correction, taking out the daily open. So we're in kind of this stage right now, where we were at a very similar time of day yesterday, and seeing if this can hold before getting continuation higher. Now, the only difference that we have here yesterday, and in fact the last couple of days, the corrective moves have come down to fill single prints, imbalances. Okay, so you've taken out local lows, local lows, local lows. On this occasion we haven't. Okay, so whether we're drawing it here, which will be if we're on the 30-minute time frame, all right, you have single print, you have a single print, you have a single print, or whether you're going down into the lower time frames, because this is obviously accelerating at a very fast pace, we've not taken any lows here, at least on this chart. So that could be a target if we are going to fail here, drop below that daily open, set you up for a short position, can take you back down to around about 43,200. And then I would say probably looking for a long again after that. If we start to lose these levels and we're trading through, then that's when we get that bigger move down, which starts to test some of those larger parabolic advancement lines or whatever that are slightly lower on the chart. Levels to the upside. Okay, so easier for me to show you this in a Coinbase chart, because on Woo there's not quite as much there. So the big thing for myself will be, I'm going to just label this quickly. So we've got here. Okay, there we go. So 46,200 is the previous year open. All right, so a movement up to there takes us into that yearly level. I think this is going to be something that's very important as we go into the end of the year. Are we going to get an engulfing candle? Is this year going to engulf the entire of 2022, the FTX crash year, the biggest bear market in Bitcoin history? Are we going to get that yearly candle today, this month, sorry, that engulfs that? And the second narrative is the previous year highs. So you got previous year open, previous year highs. We're getting very close to those levels now. And if we are going to get a test of these, I would then expect pretty severe rejections off of those. There is going to be major supply at those levels, and it is going to form the narrative, I would imagine, for the remainder of this month. Like, where's our yearly close going to be? So yeah, a yearly close between 46 to 48 could be on the cards here. If we get that rejection and we fall back down, it could end up being a situation like we had in the previous rally. Okay, so if you remember the last bull market or last bear market we had, there was a movement in 2019 that hit the yearly level and then had a massive rejection off of that. Okay, so this was back in 2019. If we go onto the daily time frame, then we can go back in time. The wonderful thing of TradingView. It was here. Okay, so this rally took us to the yearly level, and then we got that big rejection. So this being that 2019, if I'm to mark the monthly on the chart, then you can see this is where your year opened, 1st of January 2018. Price came up, tapped the yearly, previous year open, got that big rejection. You had COVID crash and everything, obviously, afterwards. And a similar situation here. Are we seeing this move here into that yearly level being a very similar type of situation to what we saw in 2019? And are we going to then get that big rejection afterwards that gives us finally that movement back down to the 30k or something like that before the big rally that happens next year after the halving and so on. So that's something to be aware of, okay, on the higher timeframes. Nothing else really to comment on here. We're just, continuing higher for now. If we have a look on exocharts, ooh, no, okay, we'll have a look at the liquidation heat map because I've just opened that one. So every time we consolidate, short positions start to build up and then they get liquidated. So we've just hit another nice cluster of liquidations here this morning at that 44,260 area, which is where we've just had that rejection from. Now, the long liquidations are starting to build, okay, but we remain in an uptrend. At some point, they're going to get taken, all right? If we go zoom out on this, it always takes quite a while to load. You can see the clusters of long liquidations below us. A movement back down to 38k or 36k is probably inevitable at some point, but we can continue to go up towards that yearly, up towards that previous year high. Until then, I would imagine every time we consolidate, we're building open interest, we're still building short positions, and until there's no one left, until all those bears have lost all their money, we're probably not going to reverse this. So yeah, still very much healthy for now. Open interest. Okay, this is what I mean. Every consolidation, you build up a little bit of open interest. Delta's fairly neutral, but this is the thing when you're trading in the trend and you are getting long positions opening and they are managing to move price in the intended direction, which is up, then that's actually relatively healthy. So nothing scary there, even though we're building these divergences and stuff. It's not, I mean, yes, there's some absorption going on, but every time that there is absorption, those short positions that are absorbing price are getting stopped and stuff. So yeah, nothing crazy. Funding, relatively okay here again. So neutral funding across the board. Some of the altcoins starting to get a little bit crazy. Audi, whatever that is. Orgy. Getting kind of red. Solana, getting kind of red. So stuff to be aware of, but we're certainly not seeing any extreme funding levels. We had a relative peak a few days ago, and that's all cooled off again. So as long as these funding rates don't start to go like really, really insane, then once again, it's all looking kind of okay here. Now we can go over onto XO and we can have a look at the CVD. So every time that we make a new high, spot just takes profit. Okay, so it's just a kind of like return to baseline, taking profits sort of thing. So this is a strategy I think that probably many people use, and myself included. That as price moves up, you're just skimming profits on the way up, and we seem to be getting that just across the board. So price comes into 42k. If you've got one Bitcoin that's gone from $38,000 to $42,000 and you've made $4,000 profit, then maybe you want to take that $4,000 profit off the board, keep yourself at neutral. You then have another move up and you've gone from 42 to 46. Maybe you want to take a bit more profit off the board and keep yourself at neutral, and you're just skimming those profits off and paying yourself on the way up. This seems to be a situation that we're seeing right now, but every time that we are getting this big spot selling, it is absorbed by the market. And perpetuals, once again, I mean, yeah, you're seeing here. So a lot of selling, a lot of short positions, a lot of longs closing out, a lot of profit taking, but the market is absorbing it. And as long as it is continuing to do that and you have that bid chasing higher, then it remains relatively healthy and we can expect higher prices once again. So all of that's looking healthy. Nothing to suggest that we're going to see a massive pullback right now. We're not building any like real bad bearish divergences or anything like that here. It's just profit taking, what you would realistically expect to see when price is doing something like this. We go to the 4 hour, $500 million worth of shorts liquidated and stopped out this month alone on just the Bybit USDT pair, which is just absolutely insane. Again, no real divergences to speak of. Okay, every time that we put in these like local highs, being absorbed, and then you're getting continuation higher. longs are managing to do the business. All right, when longs are opening, they're pushing price higher, which is you've got to say that remains healthy. Every time we get a consolidation, we do get a little bit of an increase in open interest. We then have a move up, which brings it back to neutral again. So all of this is like open interest increases, bring it back in, increases, bring it back in, increases, bring it back in. And then that's every move up. You're just building those positions on both sides. Longs take over, continuation higher, stop out all of the short positions. So yeah, not really seeing any like crazy extremes. I mean, it's been extreme for quite some time, but this can continue, and it looks like it likely will continue. I don't think there's anything else to wrap up, anything else to mention on this video, so I will wrap it up there. Please hit the like button, hit subscribe if you've not done so already. Check out tauruscrypto.com, follow us on Twitter, do all of those things, and yeah, I will see you in the next video. Cheers, bye-bye.